Okay, guys, we're back with the Green Book, and we are in Green Book Chapter 3, and we're in the second part, so let's just go ahead and continue. So we got some of these problems here, and we just see words. We now need to know how to put these into expressions. Product of 7 and C, that just means product, multiplication. So I'm multiplying 7 and C, but I don't want to put a times there. When I'm dealing with variables, that will just be 7C, and I'll put the number first, 7C. Second one's just like it, 3 less than 4 times D. So it's 3 less than 4 times D. So I'm going to go 4D for 4 times D. And 3 less than it would be minus 3. It is not 3 minus 4D because it's 3 less than 4D. So I have to do the 4 times D first. The last one's written very tricky on purpose. Let's read this. The quotient of the difference of 3 and C and 4. The quotient of the difference of. So I've got to take the quotient of whatever the difference of this is. So it's a difference of 3 and C. So the difference of 3 and C would be 3 minus C. Then it's the quotient. Quotient meaning division. Sorry, difference was meaning subtraction. Quotient is division. So 3 minus C, and now I'm taking the quotient of that, so that whole thing, all over 4. The problems we're going to be getting into will require you to be able to do this first. Let's go ahead and look at this and get started. A lot of these will be bar models. The price of a bike was $B. Okay, $B. Let's draw that before I even go any further. I have $B. So my bike was $B. Sweet. Okay. You bought it at a discount of 40% off. I bought it at 40% off. So I need to chop 40% of this B off of here because it's 40% off. We've been doing speed numbers, and we want to be able to put 40% into a decimal first and then into a fraction, and that would help me a lot. So 40% as a decimal, I should know that 40%, I move the decimal 0.2 spots, and I get 0.4. Well, 0.4 I also know in a fraction is 2/5. So 40% is also equal to 0.4, which is also equal to 2/5. Those are all equivalent numbers. So that means I want to split my B up into 5 pieces. Fifths, I'll put one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I'm losing 40%. I am losing 2/5. So I already know that each one of these should be 1/5 of B. I am losing 2/5 of them. That is a great deal. I got to get rid of 2 of those 5 chunks for my price. When I look at what is left, I have 3/5 B. So the price of the bike that I had to pay was 3/5 B, or 3/5 of B being the full price of the bike. I could also have written 60.6 B. Going to the second one. Joe has M markers. Okay, Joe. He has, we'll draw it all out, and he has M markers. And Nick has 1/2 M markers. Okay, let's draw Nick then. Nick, here's his whole thing, just like I had for Joe, but he only has 1/2 of the M. That's M, and so he has 1/2 M. He has that much, but Joe has the whole shabam. Okay. Joe gives 25% of his markers to his brother Matt. So Joe gives away 25%. 25%, once again, we're going to do this into a decimal and into a fraction. 25%, we should know, is equivalent to 0.25, which is equivalent to 1/4. So I will split my M up into 4 pieces, because I am getting rid of 25% of this. So each one of these would be 1/4 of an M, and that's what I'm giving to his brother. M to brother. Let's look over at the other one, Nick. Nick gave him 1/3 of his markers. Well, he has half right now. I'm going to split that half up into thirds, because he's going to give away 1/3. Well, if I do it to this side, I'll do it to both sides, and then it'll make it easy to see. If I look at that now, I should be able to see that each one of those blocks is 1/6 of an M. Make a darker color so it's easier to see here. And he is giving 1/3 of his markers. 1/3 of his, well, that would be splitting this up into 3 pieces. So he's giving him this section right here. So we look at this, and he got 1/4 M from Joe. And then he also got 1/3 of an M from Nick. All I have to do is put this in, finish doing an addition problem, and I have 1/4 of an M and 1/3 of an M. As we saw earlier, fourths and thirds, that'll be twelfths. So 1/4 M should be 3/12 of an M. And 1/3 of an M should be 4/12 of an M. And we add that together, and we have 7/12 M. So we know that Matt has 7/12 M given to him, but look right here. He already had 3 markers. So I have 7/12 M plus his 3 he already had. Because 3 is not the same as 7/12 M. M would be the number, we just don't know how many M represents. So I'm going to take 7/12 of that number, and I have 3 more. Okay, just a couple more left here to help you with this. There were V visitors to a museum on Monday. Okay, so Monday. And I had V visitors. So this whole thing was V. That's how many we had go on Monday. And 600 less on Tuesday. Oh, let's draw Tuesday then. And we'll draw this the exact same size. And I have 600 less. Well, that kind of stinks. We lost people. I guess it'd be good if you were going there, just not good in general. But I lost a block of 300. On Wednesday, there are 30% more on Wednesday than on Tuesday. 30% more on Wednesday than on Tuesday. So I got to take Tuesdays, and I got to give it 30% more. 30% more. Wow. Let's look at that. That is meaning I am adding to it 1/3 of what we had before. So let's take our Tuesday, and we'll split it up into 30%. So we look at that. That's 3/10. Now I need to split this up into 10 blocks. 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 there. I also want to do the same thing here. It's going to be a beast to put this into that. But boom, 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 boom. And then cut each one of these in half. And I have 10 blocks. Well, I have 10 blocks here. Oh, did I write 300 when I said 600 up there? Boy, I wasn't even looking at my problem very close. That should have said 600. Okay, if we had 30% more. Now I know each one of these blocks. This was 1/10 of a V. This one here, 1/10 of 600. If I do out my math, each one of those should be 60. I'm getting 30% more. Getting 3/10 more. So that's one of these, and one of these. So if I already had a whole V, and each one of those is 1/10 of a V, then I have 1 V plus 3/10 V, which should be 1 3/10 V. Over here, but I'm losing still more people because I gain more from the V. Okay, so let's see this. I'm going to be getting 3 of these blocks. So I have my 600 plus 3 of those blocks, and 3 times 60 is 180. Or minus 780. So my first part was how many did I have on Wednesday? Well, on Wednesday I had 1 3/10 V minus 780. Now it asked me for the whole week, so now I got to add all this stuff up, and I had a V on Monday. On Tuesday I had a V minus 600. And on Wednesday I had 1 3/10 V minus 780. I want to go ahead and combine like terms at this point. So I want to find my like terms and combine them. I have a V and a V. That's 2V. Then I have 1 3/10 V, so that is 3 full V's and 3/10. So I have 3 3/10 v's. Now I want to see what else I have. I have a negative 600 and a negative 780. So first I'll add negative 600 and negative 700 to give me negative 1,300. And add on the last little bit of 80. So negative 1,380. So if we're looking on Wednesday, I had 1 3/10 v's minus 780. And the whole week I got 3 3/10 v minus 1,380. Okay, let's check out our next one. Our ribbon is b minus 4 inches long. All right, so I have a b. I'm going to write this a couple ways. So that whole thing is b. And then I lost 4. That's one way I can write it. When I'm trying to solve this, a lot of times I'll say, you know, I got b, that's 4, so this is b minus 4. Let me back up a second. So I'm left with b minus 4 because I lost 4. So I have b minus 4. I want to take this and cut it into 2 pieces in the ratio of 3 to 5. Cut that into 3 to 5. Well, let's just draw out a b to make my life a little easier here. This is the way I like to rewrite it. And I'll show myself losing 4. Okay, now I'm in the ratio of 3 to 5. That means I have 8 parts. I have 3 parts for one and 5 parts for the other. So I have 8 total parts. So I'm going to split my b up into 8 total parts. That means each one of these is 1/8. 1/8 b. And over here I'll do the same thing, and I'll split each one of these up into 8 parts. And if I do my math, 1/8 of 4, okay, that's 4/8 or 1/2. Now I split it into a ratio of 3 to 5. So that means one of them has 1, 2, 3 parts, and one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same over here, 1, 2, 3 parts to 5 parts. It asks me the shorter piece. The shorter piece has 3 parts, so I have 3 1/8 b's, or 3/8 b. But I'm losing some of the size also, so I have 3 parts of 1/2. That would be 1 and 1/2. Final answer, 3/8 b minus 1 and 1/2. A farmer picked some corn. He found 2 hours worth of ears of corn rotten. He puts the remaining ears into B bags with 4 to a bag. There were no leftover ears of corn. How many ears did he pick originally? Wow, a whole bunch of stuff going on. But we know that there's 2R that he threw away. So he started with some number, but he threw away 2R. Okay? He put all the ones that he liked, all the good pieces, into B number of bags with 4 to a bag. So when I look at this, I can see right now that if he had 4 in every bag, he had 4 ears of corn in every bag. So I can write that as 4b, because however many bags will tell me how many ears of corn are in those bags. So if I had 3 bags, I'd have 12 ears of corn. But I don't know how many bags I'm using. I'm just using B number of bags. But there's 4 ears of corn in every bag, so I'm going to write that as 4b. Well, at the beginning, I know that I lost 2R. I threw them away. Okay? So my original number, I have to know that I also picked 2R worth of ears of corn. So this tells me how many I kept. This tells me how many I threw away. And together, 4b plus 2R is how many I picked total, or the farmer picked total. So thank you so much. Thanks for coming in. Hope some of these helped you. I know I go really fast on these. You can rewind them and look at them as much as you want. Try to help figure those out. Your test will have many similar questions to these. Also make sure you look over the test, the pre-test, the take-home that I give you. Has lots of these similar kinds of questions. This should help you in figuring those out. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.